I'm Matthew West. I'm a Wiradjuri man, currently living and working on the Central Coast of New South Wales. I'm a member of the Darkinjung local Aboriginal Land Council. I'm 23. I'm a podiatrist. I'm currently working at Newcastle University. So I'm currently doing some research at the moment. I'm completing the honours part of my degree and teaching at the university, but I would like to complete my PhD in 5 years, and I've also just enrolled in a Bachelor of Medicine. I hope to publish a paper to really raise the profile of lower limb health within our mob. Podiatry is a field which is often overlooked. I believe at the moment I'm one of 4 Aboriginal podiatrists in the whole country, but it's an area which really does affect our people. I think anyone you talk to has had an auntie or an uncle who just before they died lost a leg, which is something which I'm currently researching at the moment, and the statistics about how it affects our people is just absolutely appalling. So it's an area I wanted to get involved in and do some more research in, try and raise the profile of it and help keep our people healthier. Diabetes is a really big issue for our people. Everyone in their family has diabetes. I'm not sure if it's commonly talked about even in my own health field, but Aboriginal people are 38 times more likely to have an amputation from a foot complication caused by diabetes than non-Aboriginal people. That means for every 3 people, 4.8 Aboriginal people will be in that higher risk category. When we start to extrapolate the numbers, it's just massive. So I think, trying to address those issues around diabetes and just general foot care, checking our feet, making sure if you have a pain or something, you go and see someone early on, keeping on top of our sugars, and then also just as a general rule, going and seeing a podiatrist regularly. Land rights to me is a way for our people to accumulate wealth. I find with Aboriginal people, it's often something which is cheapened. Aboriginal people are, seen as people who take handouts, or if you try and accumulate wealth, you're being seen as greedy, but that's not the case. This is a way for us to really go about securing our independence and being self-determinant. We can't do that if we continue to rely on a government to fund what we need. We should be using the Land Rights Act as a means to accumulate our own wealth, to educate our own people, keep us healthy, house us, all the things which a government at the moment takes a lot of responsibility for but isn't doing correctly. Here on the Central Coast, in the last census, the median age of the non-Indigenous population was 41. The median age of the Aboriginal population was 20. So we really are looking at a very young demographic, and that means we have a lot of potential in us, and the future is most important to us. We need to be independent and self-determinant, and the way to do that is the Land Rights Act. This means that in order to secure that future wealth, that future potential, that future opportunity, we really have to be looking at the Land Rights Act now and putting it at the top of our agenda. Land to me is my connection to home, my connection to this land, to this country, but also we live in a place which is very different to what even our grandparents lived in. So trying to reconcile those two things can be very hard for an Indigenous person. I myself struggle because a lot of people say, well, the second you get land, you sell it, or the second you get land, you concrete over it. But we don't live in a world where we can just have this freehold land anymore, this beautiful bush. We live in a world where we have to survive and provide for our own people who are being mistreated in the community that they currently live in. Land to me is a means for us to free ourselves, to be independent and self-determinant. Land to me is a way for us to achieve the equality which society will never give us. It's something which we have to earn and take for ourselves.